Hi, LiberAnarchy here. I am submitting this video to a channel called TheriKinEctions. Link in the description. I may have gotten the name wrong. Sorry if I did, but check out the link. It is a channel geared toward the topic of Therians and Otherkin. Having said that, I would like to join because I am Otherkin, but my perspectives are a little bit different, so I think that I could have something to add that other people haven't necessarily added. For those wondering what Otherkin are people who do not feel as though they are entirely human or at all human. Many Otherkin feel as though they are some sort of non-human entity incarnated into a human body. In my case, I do not ascribe any spiritual reasons. I'm just too doubtful. My beliefs right now are along the lines of agnostic atheism or weak atheism, and I'm still playing around with ideas of pantheism and spiritual atheism and things like that. And if those don't pan out, that's fine. They don't have to. But that's about where I am in my spirituality. So I am much too doubtful as a person to say, well, I had a dream like this, I feel like that, I had this or that spiritual experience, therefore this must be so in a very literal sense. Also, I call myself a symbolic Satanist, meaning I believe Satan is a symbol of the people who we would rather, quote, live in our own hell rather than live in the heaven of some other dictator, an external entity who wants to make rules for the human race. Interesting how that goes, but that's a whole nother rant. I'm saying a lot, I apologize. Now, when I say I am Otherkin, I feel as though there is a part of me that is not human. I do not claim that there is a part of me that is not human. I do not claim that at one time I was not human and now I am. I simply feel like there is some intrinsic part of me that is not human. Take with that what you will. You may believe that it must be literally true, or you may believe that I'm off my nut, or you may believe that I am an introspective person who has some very interesting internal symbology or something like that. That's fine. I really don't make any assertions, again, as to the cause of why I feel the way that I feel. And it's a pretty unusual feeling. Now, as far as phenotype, to use the fancy term, kintype, what in the world do I feel like I am? The most honest answer is I don't know. Whatever I am is really, really bizarre. I have had phantom limbs, but they're all very unrelated. Over the years, I have felt phantom wings, different kinds of phantom tails, phantom ears. I mean, I have felt parts of myself, claws, paws, just a whole bunch of stuff from different species. But I don't think that they are necessarily representative of my kin type. I think they are representations of perhaps how I'm feeling, perhaps certain aspects of the entire self, the entire entity that is me, which gets into a little bit different topic, but moving right along, there are some themes to this. That is to say, a reoccurring theme involving my kinness, if you will, dreams and such about my intrinsic being, who I am. They tend to involve lightning, but not always. They tend to involve the color black. By the way, my favorite color is blue, so it's not just my favorite color, although I do wear a lot of black t-shirts. But and they tend to involve. Now this is where it gets very hard to explain. They tend to involve ideas and things that I cannot express, basically. Feelings, thoughts, ideas, and concepts that I cannot express in words. And when I do express those in words, they come out as things like flowing through space. What does that even mean? I don't know. And so, I mean, a lot of you know my fandoms, and I'm not trying to model myself after any particular fandom. Goodness gracious, I'm crazy enough, thank you. But and this Otherkin thing has been going on for a very long time, so it's not just, oh, I found this now, da-da-da, ooh, look at me. No, it doesn't feel malevolent or evil, but it doesn't feel intrinsically good either, in the same way that, a lion or something isn't intrinsically bad or good. I've used terms like space alien or monster or demon because the feeling is that whatever it is that I am would be scary to most people, and it might even be scary to me, because I've touched on things that transcend normal consciousness, whatever that is. I've touched on levels of existing that do not involve duality. They involve merging of consciousnesses, and that gets into another aspect. I am plural. Now, the front that you see now is the front that you will likely always see, and it's the front that's always been here. I am who I am, and thankfully my memories are very congruent, and I'm the person that eats, sleeps, breathes, went to college, went to work, post videos on YouTube. I'm that person, okay? And what you see is what you get, is who you will talk to on Skype if you want to talk to me on Skype. But that doesn't mean that I do not share a mind with other individual consciousnesses, people who identify as their own people. And basically, whatever it is they do in there when they're not talking to me, I don't know about it, and I don't care, and frankly, I don't want to know. But somewhere in there, if there is a core of the person, then it is fundamentally something other than human. I identify as human because I have a head, 2 arms, 2 legs, a torso, teeth, eyeballs, ears. Yeah, I mean, I am a human. It's not like underneath all this you're gonna see tentacles or something. And yet. Okay. But Lovecraft jokes aside, but on a very deep level, there's something in here that is fundamentally different. And there are patterns that I have seen with this particular identity, with this fundamental, intrinsic, deeply rooted facet of the whole self. That is it is very much me. It is not somebody else, but it is a part of me that I have in a lot of ways I have suppressed it. For various reasons. It's not like it's a bad thing that wants to eat people or do anything bad. It's just that it doesn't think like other people. It doesn't think like me. It doesn't think in normal terms. Time doesn't necessarily move forward for it. I don't even want to get into time and my perspective of time, because it's really unusual, except for like now I can look at a clock and I can see what time it is, and because I'm in a normal state of mind, time moves forward. It's not spiraling in different directions and it's not all fluid and stuff. But were this part of me to be more accessible, then, something like time, I couldn't function because I would perceive time very, very, very differently. And I would perceive myself and other people and my relation to other people very, very, very differently. And there are many concepts that will not translate. And there's also something about it where I hate saying, well, gosh, it's not physical, because I'm not one of these people that just believes in the spirit world. But it's not necessarily like, oh, it's my astral body or something. I don't know what it is. I don't know, maybe it's just my own psyche, and that seems to make the most sense. But yeah, but that gets into the whole idea of it's like, okay, space, and not necessarily outer space. It could be outer space, but not necessarily outer space. The third dimension is to this facet of me. It's a medium that is moved through, flowed through, if you will, like water, like I would swim in water, like a fish would swim in water. So as you can imagine, if I were just to walk around trying to aspect all day, like some other kin do, and that's fine, that's their prerogative, I couldn't exist in a normal world. I couldn't carry on associations with people. So there you go. There's my submission video. And I'm going to PM this link to you because your link on the site is broken. And if you're interested in Otherkin and Therians, go visit the link down here. And I hope I'm not too weird even for the Otherkin and Therians. Thanks very much for listening. Know thyself.